guys? It's John McNamara, host of Run in Vegas. We're talking local sports, business, real estate. You guys see what you like, subscribe, follow us on Run in Vegas podcast. Today, I got a special guest.
Oh my God.
Mr. Jamal Ealey in the house.
It's hard to follow that, man. It is so hard to follow that. It's the energy, dude. I loved it.
You're the energy guy, so I know what you bring.
Oh, yeah, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for having me on, dude. This is so cool.
It's been a minute. You were on season 1, 2024. I think we're on like season 3 now.
My God, I'm still here.
I'm still here.
Thank you, God.
We're both still here. In this real estate market, you gotta love it.
You know, it's a character building sport, just like any other sport. Like real estate's a very contact-based place, so I'm very glad that we're both sitting in here.
Yes, sir.
It's a lovely day.
Awesome. So what's been going on the last year since we haven't seen you on the pod?
Can I tell you something? If we're going to be honest, last year was probably one of my best, most growing years. Obviously, I've gotten to talk to you, but I went to Costa Rica for 2 weeks. I went to Japan for a month. I did all these trips. And literally from that, at the end of the year, my mom went into hospice. And let me tell you, it was one of the biggest growth things that I've ever done. I really found out and dug deep in my identities, made a lot of good decisions this year that helped. And it's always like these crazy blessings and how we reframe it. I have literally have a whole different perspective, and I'm in a whole different positive mindset from all of it. So even the bad, the good, and everything in between, it has been so character building and so lovely. So I'm appreciative every day, and I'm just glad I get to still hang out with you, man.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Well, you're like one of the most positive people I know. I've known you for like 4 years, give or take.
Yeah, dude.
So you to say that you're now like more positive. Do you mind just sharing like the lessons and the growth that you've over the last year a little bit? Yeah.
You know what's crazy is that so most of my family is already deceased, unalived as the kids say these days. My mom, we had opportunity. We'll say in 2016, I got back from literally Russia, and I had this huge experience. And I found out that I wanted to create this 501c3, which was Project Positive. My father and my grandfather actually died in Nathan House in hospice care. So when my mom went to hospice, I said, absolutely not, no. I ended up taking care of her. She's still under my care, thank God. Every moment's valuable. But from that experience, it's kind of the things that we do and the things that set us for in life. But because I was in hospice for, just volunteering for 3 years, it gave me all these different things that I didn't even know were possible. What I came down to was I had this identity of being a son. And I think that was the scariest thing that could have ever kind of let loose up. Because, you got to think, especially in your situation, our first job and our first identity is a son. So when I had the opportunity to take care of my mom, I think that was my biggest growth moment. It wasn't about me, but I do have obligation to do this job the best I can with the time I have to make it a better transition for her and just let her know she was loved. So it took me a long time for that. And when you first, basically in October, I was, you don't like what's going on in the world. You think it's cruel, but when you reframe things and you really understand what's important in life, that was my biggest jumping off point, just to be like, man, I get to give her a good ending. And I get to do the last of my identity of being a son the best I could possibly can. So that's kind of how I reframed it. I read a really good book, Book of Joy. It's about the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu, who were phenomenal. But it was big things and like sitting in your grief and understanding what's important. So as this, one of these part of, my hat or identity is leaving me, I get to really be aware and conscious of like what's really important of it. So that was my big, huge like mindset shift into it. So now I get to help her every day, and it's way, way easier.
Wow.
I didn't want to get so heavy, oh my God, but yeah, that was my big thing. I know, right? But it does come into
and I appreciate you being vulnerable on the podcast. I didn't think you were going to talk about that, but that's a lot to go through. So yeah.
But I think it goes into real estate because when people go through probate and they go through hospice and they go through the death of a loved one, it's so funny because you can never be a part of it, but you can have that relevance and you can help them through the process just from the things that you kind of experience. So I think in real estate, that's what we look for, the authenticity, the genuine aspect of it, and us being able to help, not for a dollar sign, but for a better experience.
Yeah, people feel that. And I think when you go through things in life, you have more empathy. Yeah. And as you know, with our clients, we have to have, like it or not, if you want to be good at your job, is have that empathy. Because that's how you connect, that's how you build trust, that's how you build rapport. And you're obviously already good at that, but obviously the last year, it's like you've gone to this another level mentally. And
Dude,
so I appreciate it. Yeah,
dude, I love it. And I think that's another thing that we have to look at is like people aren't just a number, they're literally people. And once you make that, you've been in business for double the time I've been in business, but you've been a great role model in that sense. Because I had really good mentors, and their whole thing was like, dude, I haven't earned the right to complain yet. So we have to constantly be changing, pivoting, and bettering our service for our clients, and more importantly for ourselves. Like that, I think that's a huge part of it, is just being better every day. So
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think you hit on the nose too, is once you treat your clients like people, like a friend or
God forbid, right?
Yeah, right? But I know, because like the first couple of years in the business, I was like deal listing, like I was real estate John, because you think that's cool. But it's once you make that shift, like your business goes to a whole different level. And then you enjoy the business more because you actually appreciate, like sometimes love some of these people. You create relationships and friendships with your clients. So yeah, it's a pretty cool industry to be a part of if you're willing to go through the growth of it.
Yeah.
Because 21 years later, I'm still learning, I'm still growing. So
I didn't get these wisdom sparkles for no reason. I love it, man. So what's been new with you, dude?
Just, selling houses, enjoying the ups and downs of the market. First quarter was a good one, so we'll keep it riding. But you got big news.
Yeah, I actually
do we get to break it on the pod?
We do. I actually made a switch to Coldwell Banker.
Congrats.
I'm very excited about that. It's the same,
Bob.
Right? Bob and Molly, I love you guys. They did a lot. But honestly, like the value proposition of it, what they provided, the things that really spoke to me, I never thought I'd be back going to a corporate brokerage. Obviously, much love to, Signature, to Virtue, to Berkshire, to all these things. But just like I said, you always have to be growing. And I just felt like we were aligned, and they really, really made me feel valuable. So, they really pulled all the stops. So I do appreciate them. Shout out to CB. But yeah, I'm excited to be there.
Cool. I was at CB, 15 years ago.
I know. So. You're one of the people I called. So thank you. Thank you about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always honest. But yeah, so tell us about that process, because, I don't think we've ever talked about it on the pod before, but like choosing a brokerage, what goes into it. Obviously, you felt valued. I think I'm the same way, and I think a lot of us are. Once we feel valued, we want to be a part of something in culture. And it seems like a lot of folks in the industry, I'm seeing a lot of them going to Coldwell Banker, so maybe something's in the water the last couple of years or not, but especially a lot of folks in Berkshire I've seen are going to Coldwell. So what's that about?
Yeah, and honestly, that's not, but I think there was a really, I interviewed 8 different brokerages, right? I think the biggest thing in a brokerage of what your value statement is and how you can grow. You always have to look like future alignments when you're picking a new brokerage. And it's not just, looking at the franchise fees, looking at the splits. It's looking at who you want to become, who you're aligned with, who are the role models there and mentors that you can kind of facilitate you with, what are their programs, how are they going to inspire you to get back out there, especially if you're not at your best. We had 2 really good brokerages at the very end of it. Obviously, Virtue was up there as well. And at the end of the day, what really made the difference is that CB honestly they had John Joseph call me. They had all these people who were on there. Matt Mullins was a really big integral part of me switching over. They were one of the only ones who talked about the base and foundation other than real estate. They, with everything going on with my mom and everything else, they were the only ones who multiple times called that, asked about her. That's way more than money. And I've always been understanding, like, I don't care about a split, I care about how much income I make.
Yeah.
So if I can have not only a better service standard, but I can be more energized when I go to these listing presentations that now we're sometime in the business, I'm coming up on my 10th year, whereas everything built that foundation, but if you don't feel energized to go in, you could be a 200% brokerage, but how much money are you going to make, and how is this increasing my service standards? With CB, I just felt like it was going to be something I could grow into. They gave me different kind of incentives, and I really felt like excited to go in there. Not to sound like, I mean, it was between Huntington, Ellis, them, and Virtue, and they literally, like, all three were phenomenal. CB was one of the higher ones on the splits, next to like Sotheby's, but they just really showed love, cared, had basically every single person who I knew there, they reached out to me and told me like the value proposition. So if nothing else, I look at that because in our business, that's what we try to do as well, is bridge those gaps.
Yeah.
And that's what I look for. And it was just them having the people to make me feel valued and go out of their way to call. And, you know, they got me. It was really good. And I take that as something I need to implement more, is just getting more people involved and having that community. So, you know,
well,
it's good
congrats.
stuff.
Great
Thank
brokerage.
You.
I mean, yeah, the leadership when you got, you know, Mullen, great respect for him, what he's been doing over the years. John Joseph, actually, he coached me for about a year or two. And he actually, when I first moved to Vegas, he helped me. I was doing expireds in New York, but he helped me understand the market a little bit better and what worked. And Molly is probably one of the best brokers in town. But I remember being like part of that too, and it seems like it's still that way. It is a little family oriented, which is nice too, and people generally like each other there. So
they have a happy hour. I said, "Oh, excuse me, say less."
You should have said that first.
Say
like,
less. Happy hours. I'm excited already.
Yeah.
So it's been good. And I literally just signed my transfer paperwork on yesterday. So I'm you know, still doing deals, still doing everything else. I have immense respect for George and Brandon and everyone else. Just really excited for myself and just the, you know, just like I said, just the growth and everything to do with my mom. And, you know, I travel a lot and do everything else. I mean, that's now more important than ever for me, just to know that like, that you feel valued, you feel loved, because even in like these situations where you have to reframe, every day is not going to be great.
Yeah.
But every day is a different opportunity to be the best version of yourself. So I don't take that lightly, and
For sure.
you know, excited for it.
Well, it seems like you're in line with your brokerage, and obviously Bob brings great energy too. So.
Yeah, woo! That's Bob is he's a different kind of animal, and I love it. So it's been
I can
good.
see that aligning. So congrats. So what do you focus on you're moving to this new brokerage. What are you focused on?
You know what's now that I'm learning, it's more like third-party confirmation. So basically, you got to be the source of a source. If everything in news is going to be kind of like, you know, up and down, how can I bring this positivity to straight conversations? Because how many times, especially with everything in AI, you know, there's all these different things, but I treat AI like the Zillow's estimate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you go down and you're on these Zillow's estimates, it tells you like, yo, this is not that. The AI is very biased on when you do things. So my whole thing is, when I talk about third-party confirmation, how can I put conversation starters in there? A perfect example is we have the new Fed chair, right? A lot of people don't even know how the Federal Reserve works. There's 12 governors, there's all these things, and pretty much the new Fed chair is just the mouthpiece to basically, you know, this committee of people. There's a lot of people who are on the fence about selling and buying, but if I put that in there, and you know, this is just daily news that you can take the way you want to, but it starts a conversation. So a lot, and especially with expired, with for sale by owners, if you put these conversation pieces, and we actually can have a conversation about that, you know, we're not having a conversation about why I'm the best agent, why you should choose, because I'm demonstrating to you why and how I basically put my market expertise in there.
Yeah.
When people are looking at AI and Zillow, you know, all these other things, you know, I'm definitely understanding that more people want to work with the humanity, like basically the humanity of the business instead of the technology of the business.
Yeah.
You know, like Sirhan, everyone talks about that Sirhan things where he lost that deal, but no one talks about how that dude lost out $40,000 in underpriced his house, did they?
Yeah.
When we understand how the business works, we know that the market's 45 days behind because of how escrows work.
Yep.
So it's not about basically taking advantage of the market. It's being how do we reciprocate that to our clients for them to take advantage and understand like the actual truth of the market to get them where they're going to be.
Yeah, I think you hit on the notes there is we have the pulse of the market because a lot of the data and the information is coming out. It's always behind. Sometimes it's a year behind. They're talking about what stats from last year and how it affects now. And it's like, no, what's going on right now?
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that you're conversation base is huge, because we teach that to our team, is have 5-10 good conversations a day if you want to be selling a lot of real estate, especially with AI in the world right now. I think you hit on the nose is, like, we want like an authentic conversation, because you can tell the difference in AI and like a human being
100%.
right now. Like, it's not there yet. I'm sure in a couple of years it will be, but as of right now, those conversations are huge, and that's how you build connection. That's how you remember each other. Yeah, so I love that.
Yeah, you just got to use it as a tool, and everyone uses tools differently. But if you're a robotic agent, you're just going to be more of a robotic agent.
Yeah.
If you're not internalizing these things and you're not actually bringing what's going to help them, everything in our business is hyper local. So depending on turnover ratios, depending on price points, if we tell people, the average went down, but there's only like 22 houses over $3 million, and the luxury market's moving faster than the speed of light right now. Well, phenomenal. But for our people under $500,000, market volatility is there. There's all these different understandings. What are we doing as agents to appease that and make them understand that the world's not on fire? And there's avenues and outlets where they could use, from HELOCs to refinances, to get them out of that, so they can literally use that into it. Not everything is buying and selling. We don't want to see, when people are like trying to sell out of their normal, well, what's a better normal look like to you? Yeah. So it's not the same. It's not the new normal. It's the better normal for our clients. People don't buy houses. They buy closets. They buy security. They buy these things. That's what we should be talking about.
Yeah.
What are they for? Instead of being like, well, who do you know who's buying and selling? Hey, what's going on in your neighborhood?
Yeah.
How can I reframe that? How can I talk about stuff that they care about?
Yeah.
Now I'm a real person. AI is never going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So, people are afraid of technology, but it's a tool just like anything else.
Yeah.
If you told the caveman that the wheel was going to turn into a car, what would they have said? It's insane.
Yeah. Are you going to ever have AI start calling and be you?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Because AI can never be me. AI can never take the place, unless you're just an NPC. If you're one of the people who just thinks like there's in there, like you're a flash in the pan, but it's not automated and duplicatable. You can never duplicate the humanity of it, the empathy of it.
Yeah.
Because if I go into AI and think about the complete bias, and even in my, what I've been doing with my mom and everything else, they're never going to come to that conclusion.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. You have to come to that conclusion for yourself, and it takes hard work. There's no easy button.
Yeah.
There's just you doing the hard work to put you in a situation that's going to make a difference in someone's experience. Mm-hmm. Now, that's the beauty of humanity. Technology, no, I'm not worried about it, but I do use it.
Yeah. Well, it's good to stay on the technology, but I love 100%. How you put it is, ultimately what you do is you come from contribution. Yeah. And then once you shift that with your business and you reach out to your clients and be a human being and actually just try to help them, because like I'm having more conversations about HELOCs, in the last year. So I'm glad we had Caitlin on here talking about HELOCs, our lender. But that's a great tool, because it's not always about selling the house or refinance it. It's, do you want to actually stay in the house? There's other options for you. So I love that.
That's the whole thing. The more that we're understanding of the different products that we can provide, that's just another notch on our belt to help our clients get what they want when they want. So, big proponents. With age and experience, the conversations seem to change. It's crazy, but it's only with the people who are in there and who are actually trying to better themselves that can have the conversation. So
for sure.
That's why I respect you so much. I love being on these things.
I appreciate you, man. I learned 100%. A lot from you. So you're on a leadership group this past year, right?
Yeah, I'm the chair of diversity, so I'm like their token. Thanks, LVR. Thanks, LVR.
You did not.
We're doing the good stuff in here. We're real good. I understand the importance of advocacy, and within these two roles, within these years, I have state positions, I have NAR positions, and I have LVR positions, but it's never been important to be, just an advocate for a community and what realtors do. And I think that's the best way to educate and literally let people know what avenues they have to get better, what things that are going to be driving our industry, and more importantly, where there's like-minded people to literally deliver a better service standard. Ethical, morality, all the other things should be a part of it. What I've learned in just LVR is, sometimes our association can be on fire, but there are so many wonderful people in the building that are trying to make a change. That's what I advocate for. So I'm happy to be a part of it.
It's good. That's good they have you.
Until January.
A lot of news going on in Galvar, but
Wax on, wax off.
We won't get into that today, but
Yeah. No, but it's all good things, man. Like I said, if I have constituents that I have to be responsible for, and I'm just excited because the things that we do there and the things that I've been able to do have already shown value, and we've put a lot of, we've been able to prop a lot of agents up through content, through all these other things, and a lot of people that have gotten a lot from it. So for that, that has nothing to do with LVR and the associations, everything, that LVR puts us in the building for.
Yeah.
But it's still up to you to make the difference and really show and design people for it. So I'm happy I get to be a part of that sense.
Like you said, there's good people everywhere, and it's good to hear that you're a part of that, and yeah, it's good.
So
you've been traveling a lot. Like, what's been like your favorite spots? What have you?
Japan ruined my life, honestly. Let me tell you why. We did a month in Japan. I always try to have like 2 international vacations, just from real estate and all the things that we do. With respite care, it's been hard, but let me tell you, I've been to over 40 countries. I've been to Russia, all over Asia, all these things. First time in Japan for a month, we did all these adventures. It was the first time I've ever had it where you get like a post-depression from going to the place.
Oh.
They're just amazing. They do everything.
I've heard that.
They are, because the things that I think we lack in America is they have a purpose for everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. Like they had this TV show that I absolutely was glued to, where think about like America's Got Talent or something, one of those. And they had it where they had celebrities, like a panel of different celebrities and comedians, but they would follow around regular workers. So think about like your rail system, your garbage, your janitors and stuff like that, and just love on them. And not even to the thing where like Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs or stuff, where people are like, I would never do that.
Yeah.
They had switched the reframing where you gained a more appreciation for what these simple things do. So that's why people don't, you have to walk with your trash, you have to do it, but it was just, everything had a purpose and was supposed to be there. So for that, oof.
It seems it's definitely like a bucket list. I've had like 3 or 4 friends go to Japan and just rave about it because I read it. I can't remember the book right now, but yeah, the community is just a different level of values, and that's why they live forever because they have purpose. Even older folks, like in their 80s, 90s, 100s, they still have purpose because of it's about community, and they're minimalist, and they clean, like everything's clean. I heard.
Yeah.
I haven't been there, but I've just after reading the book, man. I'm like I want to visit.
They have The Goal. That was the Toyota book, phenomenal, about basically Toyota and Henry Ford, on how they just maximize their process and for distribution. Phenomenal book. And then Ikigai and Kaizen. They have like these 4 principles, but those 2 books, Audible, read them. Okay. So no, it was The Goal. Yeah, The Goal, and then Ikigai and Kaizen were phenomenal. I still use a lot of and I've implemented a lot of their principles in there. So good things.
Cool. You going back to Japan anytime soon? Or?
God, I hope so. Just, with the rest of it, you only get 5 days, and I'm happy to do it. But I go to Seattle twice. I have our next big one. We're going back to the Netherlands. So we're going to spend time in obviously Amsterdam, go to The Hague, go to a couple other places. But yeah, we're really scoping out. I think one of my 10-year goals is that basically to move out there. Okay. So that's that's going to be my international country. Yeah. Okay.
Why'd you decide on Netherlands?
Funny enough, Coldwell Banker has an office out there. Okay. They have a DAF basically the DAF treaty, the Dutch American Friendly Treaty. Probably the easiest place you can go there for it. I have a basically attorney who's working a lot, and obviously with our trade practice right now, everything's on hold. Right. But there's a ton of ways where you can live overseas and really still be profitable.
Oh wow! Okay, so, I didn't know this. All right, I gotta learn.
Yeah, good things. Good things.
Awesome.
But yeah.
So we got football coming up. NFL releases schedules today.
I know, I'm very excited. Patriots. Patriots all day, baby.
Tom Brady. Are you a Patriots fan or Tom Brady fan?
I'm a Patriots fan. I've been a Patriots fan since '96.
No, I know.
Good old Drew Bledsoe, guys. Shout out to Drew.
I think I was, I might have been whenever Drew got drafted. It might have been 93? 91?
91.
Oh, yeah. The only reason is my dad liked Bill Parcells, and Drew got And then they were so bad and then became good, the irony of it all. But
Drew almost died on that hit. He actually lost consciousness on the ambulance. I love that guy. I got to meet him a couple of times. Him
Bledsoe?
and Linda. Yeah.
You met him?
Many times. Walla Walla, I was living in Washington. So a very elusive.
Oh, yeah, because he went to Washington State, right?
Walla Walla, baby. He was the first game. The reason why I'm a big Patriots fan, the first game I ever went to was the Apple Cup. He played in Pullman for Washington State. The quarterback of Washington U was Mark Brunell. So they lost that game, but I actually got to meet Drew Bledsoe when I was 6 or 7 years old. And then, yeah, it goes on from there. But I've been a huge Bledsoe fan as long as I was able to go Pats.
I love it. What did you think of last year with the season?
Chief.
Were you a little torn?
Do better.
You're a Washington guy.
Yeah, for me,
Seattle being in it, were you?
I worked for the Seahawks. Funny enough.
No, I know you did. That's what I'm saying. Were you a little torn, or
no? Absolutely not. Red, white, and blue. My colors don't bleed.
Okay.
I have many pictures of me in full Patriots brigade before we even went to played them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But yeah, all my thing. I'll show you
I
Patriot stuff
you know?
when I was in the old Lumens Field and everything else.
Yeah.
It was CenturyLink when I worked there, but those were the good years. So yeah, I'm excited. Vrabel did some stuff, but
what do you think about it? What's your thoughts on the controversy?
I'm not going to pass judgment when Kraft is out here in massage parlors. I don't know if I like it, just par quo, you know what I mean? But he's a great coach. I mean, obviously we had so many breaks with Bo Nix going out, all these other things. So it was, it was great to see it, but I knew kind of the outcome of it is.
Yeah,
but
I think most of it's dead. It's funny because I think it was, being a Patriots fan myself too, it was probably the least exciting to be in the Super Bowl because we kind of all knew what was coming.
Yeah.
Like Seattle and Rams to me were just so good. And I don't think any of the Patriots fans that I know of anyways, I don't think any of us actually thought we were getting to the Super Bowl. So when we got there, it was kind of like we already kind of won the year, as funny as that may sound. But it was kind of like when I'm talking to my Patriots, we're like, we'll see how this goes. We're kind of surprised we're even in this.
We don't have any receivers.
Yeah.
But what's crazy for Seattle, big shout out to some Seattle agents in Vegas and everything else. You got to think, Paul Allen sells the team right now. So the team's not under Paul Allen, and he was such a big, intricate part for Seattle. I mean, they lost all these people after the Super Bowl. They get to avenge their heartbreaking loss to the Patriots for the, obviously he should have ran it with Marshawn. Yeah. They get all their stuff in the 49ers in, with Candlestick or whatever the hell they call it these days. But, good for them. I love the story of what happened. So Seattle fans, good on to you. You beat us.
It was good to see Sam Darnold too win one.
You know what I mean?
I've been a Sam Darnold fan. I'm like, the Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold. I have a Baker Mayfield. I have appreciation, and he's the first guy to actually do it, maybe since Joe Flacco.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But it's like, hey, you can win Super Bowls if you build around, you have a team, and then they can be kind of what he did. You did a great job of getting a JSN, and
you know what I mean?
It was fun to watch him. I'm not a Hawks fan, but I was rooting for him because it was big for Seattle.
Yeah, screw them. AJ Brown, baby.
AJ Brown.
We could just get AJ.
Is he coming?
Not be Antonio, just be AJ. Oh man, I'll be excited. I think that's a huge one. I mean, if you do his off, whatever his antics are as a person, what his backstory is, especially with mental health illness and the way that he's kind of carried that. Hey, Wemby's reading books, AJ's reading books on the sidelines. I'm all for it, dude. I love it. So go Pats.
Yeah, I think I like what's Romeo Dobbs signing to A.J. Brown. They just need that alpha receiver. And Dobbs, too, I think he's a better fit as a 2 versus a 1. He's a possession guy. I like Kyle Williams, too. He's a fast guy. 100%. Washington State UNLV receiver. I like what they're doing. And Vrabel's done a good job building the lines out, getting the defense back. And, it was hard to watch those last years of Belichick. It was just now everything at UNC. Who thought that was a good idea? Belichick is a college football coach.
Well, the 26-year-old thought it was a good idea. God bless his heart. He's still trying to win. He's still trying to win a life, I guess. God bless him.
Yeah. Well, how about Knights? You got the Knights on.
Hey,
Are we getting to the conference championship?
Yeah, but we're playing Colorado, I feel like. And, I don't want to get the carrot before the whatever, but
Not looking good.
Colorado's scary, dude. McKinnon's
Do we get
one of
swept or not swept if we get to Colorado?
No, I think we can pull out 2 games.
Like 2 games.
I believe in the Knights and
I'll take
everything
it.
else, but like that's another thing. You know, I know we have whatever time, but you know, as a real big sports person, for the Knights to win in 6 years, we don't deserve it. It's like,
Yeah.
I love us to death. I hope we go the farthest, but some of the Knights fans are insufferable. Just like some Patriots fans are insufferable. But they don't know about, you know what I mean? They don't know what they don't know. And a lot of people, this is their first team. So for the kids, they deserve it. But for some of these adults who's like, they live and die from it.
Yeah, no, I
You know what
get
I mean?
it.
I'm just happy to be here, guys.
It has, I will say this, it has shifted though. Like I went to a Knights game, a couple months ago, and like it was like 3/4, 80% filled. And back in the day, I mean, it was sold out for
Every
you
time.
said, like 6 years, something like that. So,
I'm happy for it. You know,
Yeah.
go Knights, go, baby.
hey, it's just something to do in May.
It's just another reason why our clients who are not in Vegas should move to Vegas, pass all the taxes and everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, we just got a basketball team, a baseball team,
We got everything now.
Vancouver Whitecaps or
I
MLS
heard
team are going
that.
to trying to go there. We just got a women's professional hockey team.
It's crazy.
What a great time to be alive.
A great time to be in Vegas, right? I moved here 15 years ago. We had UNLV, and now who would have thought? And thank God for the Knights for actually starting it, because I don't think a lot of this happens
If not.
if Knights didn't show
100%.
what they could do. So it's been fun. But yeah, the city's building, and yeah, it looks like we're gonna get 3 new franchises over the next 3 years. So it's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, and if we could just get down gas prices, I actually drive to one of the games.
There you go.
Electric, here I come, baby.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this. Jamal, thanks for being on, brother.
My
Appreciate
man,
you.
thank you for having me, guys.
You guys are looking to buy, sell real estate, hit Jamal up. Guys, run Vegas to game sales today.